In the previous video, we learned about the anatomical segments. Before we head to this topic's quiz, let's first do a quick rundown of our first level of movements. At level 1, we're looking at the movements that mainly involve your torso. When it comes to core compression, our main movers are the abdominal muscles with relatively vertical striations that compress the torso into a central point. The opposite of this action is core extension. With core extension, the spinal erector muscles allow for spinal extension, while the transversus abdominis adds abdominal tension. Lastly, let's move to the dynamic action of torso rotation. When it comes to rotation, instead of just extending or just compressing in one direction, the same muscles will be repurposed to achieve a twisting action of the torso. Let's test what we know so far by looking at some exercises. Among the 3 core movements, which one does this exercise emphasize? Notice that the weight of the head and the weight of the legs will initially want to bend the spine this way, but with the activation of the proper movement path, this position is achieved. Which core position would be most appropriate to achieve this pose? Try not to get confused about the apparent extension of the body. This pose is still similar to the previous one, just with longer levers. The weight of the legs and the arms will still try to extend the spine, but the slightly elevated legs and the flat back tells us that the torso is resisting through core compression. As a guiding cue, think of a spring that's being compressed. Let's look at these exercises next. How do they keep the weight from dropping? Given that the arms are also involved, a very crucial segment is the core that needs to be in extension to keep the weight from dropping. So which of these muscle fibers would best support core extension? While this muscle has a vertical fiber orientation, because of its attachments, however, this will actually bend the spine the wrong way in this context. So if you picked spinal erectors, you got it right, or at least half right. If you also picked the transversus abdominis, then you might have remembered the waist belt cue. Because the fiber orientation of this muscle mostly goes inward, the transversus abdominis helps create a base of tension for the pillar of core extension. Now on to rotation. This does get complicated because of such a wide scope of this action, so let's put it this way first. The upper body is represented by the blue cylinder and the lower body is represented by the red cylinder. To move one segment, the other segment, which is the lower body in this case, has to be stable. It's as if both segments are twisting away from each other. Now let's look at these positions. For each variation A and B, identify which segment is mobile and which segment is stable. For variation A, the upper body is the mobile segment while the lower body stabilizes by counterbalancing the other way. For variation B, the lower body is the mobile segment while the upper body stabilizes by counterbalancing the other way. How well did you do? Comment down below and stay tuned for the next topic of level 2 movements.